The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. That's going to be the title for Zelda Wii U or Zelda NX. Looking at the trailer that they showed us for this game, looking at everything that they have shown to us, is very. It's almost like they sat there and said, "What do you like doing in a game the most?" Like, it almost looks like they wanted to incorporate elements from Fable. It looks like they wanted to incorporate elements from Assassin's Creed. It looks like they wanted to incorporate elements from various survival of the fittest games, if you will. Um, and I have to say, making what they've showed so far, it's a good direction to go. Just because, if you really think about it, you're Link, you're out in the wild, there's monsters everywhere. I really had to wonder if there's any safe points, and if you think back to the original Zelda game, there was no town, there was no safe. Everyone was hiding in caves, and I really had to wonder if that's going to be a real thing, or if we're ever going to be in a town at all in this game. If we're ever going to be inside of a place. They haven't showed us any dungeon footage. We already know this overworld's going to be huge, and the fact that he's climbing up buildings, he's climbing up walls. They show him fighting monsters in like what looks like the monster strongholds. It's kind of like a throwback to Wind Waker in that, if you remember, you would be going along and there was like those lookout towers, like the platforms, and you could attack moblins on them. It was kind of a throwback to that, and that was really cool. They also revealed that it's going to have amiibo support, and they said if you use the Wolf Link amiibo, and they make it seem like it's very strongly implied, you have the Cave of Shadows that the Wolf Link amiibo unlocks in Twilight Princess HD. You have to complete that, and when you do, you can use the Wolf Link in Breath of the Wild, which is a nice touch. I have to really wonder, like, it's kind of strange. Like, you're playing as Link, but you're calling on a past version of yourself. I do like it. Don't get me wrong. It's just the concept seems a little odd. Like, hey, wolf me, help me. But then they were showing the applications of it, and it's like, I guess I could overlook that it's a little strange if I can have it do that. And that's why I said like having Fallout, because in Fallout you do have a dog that helps you. But yeah, it really seems like. Oh, the other thing that I noticed in the trailers that they showed, like Link is using an axe. They show Link using all these various weapons. Like, it's not so central around him having a sword. In fact, the few times that we've seen him using a sword, it looked like he was wearing armor, like knight armor. Like, the green tunic thing doesn't seem to be in this game at all. So I have to really wonder, when do you get to wear the green tunic, if at all, or if ever? That would be, like you just stripped one of the most iconic things about your character away from him. And I think that's kind of a bold move, just, stylistically. It's kind of like if they had Mario just wearing a t-shirt and shorts throughout a whole game. Like if they redid Mario Sunshine and you could let him be in his beach gear throughout the whole game. That would be really interesting. But in this case, like, we see him. Oh, we did get a shot of, excuse me, the Master Sword at the very end. So we at least know at some point you're going to be doing the King Arthur thing, pulling it out of the stone. I have the Master Sword, da-da-da-da. But it's not central to the game, it seems. It seems like it's more focused on surviving through everything you had to go through. And the fact of the matter, like, even in Twilight Princess, where you have that huge world to play in, there's still things in the distance, in the background, that you can never really interact with. There's areas you can't climb up on. Like, everything you see is interactable. And I think, that is a very bold move for Nintendo, because no Nintendo game that I've ever played, you've had access to everywhere on the map. Everywhere. Like, no, there are some areas that you just cannot get to. They're there, but you just can't get to them. They're just there for scenery. That won't be the case with Breath of the Wild. I almost thought it was Breath of the Wind at first. But it looks like they're incorporating as many elements into the game as possible, while not overloading it because it seems because they don't put something in unless it has a use. Um, One thing I would have liked to have seen personally is if you could somehow unlock a loft wing, because only without the "this is how we fly," I didn't like that. But if we could get a loft wing in that game somehow, that would be beyond cool. Just because you gotta figure, for the amount of traveling that you do, flight would be awesome. And they have shown, okay, there's Wolfling. They showed him sneaking up on a horse. Why can't we have a giant bird to ride on? But still, it did show in the trailer that you can reserve a copy. So when I go out tomorrow, I'm definitely going to see if I can reserve a copy now. Because I already got Sun and Moon on reserve, so I might as well just put more money out there to reserve another game that I definitely know that I'll be playing. I just really hope it's not for the NX only. But who knows? So, I'm going to try to keep on top of following anything about, Breath of the Wild, because this looks like it's going to be like the killer app at the end of the Wii U's lifespan that it desperately needed. But then again, Nintendo is also making some bold moves, and its new president said, we're going to make sure to support the people who supported the Wii U. So that's why I don't believe it'll be on the NX, but it may be a launch title revamped for the NX. So make sure to check me out on Facebook, follow me on Twitter.